Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're here today to talk about hurricane disaster and preparedness. I'm Mark Slagle with Hillcrest Insurance Agency, and we're going to talk about what happens with insurance. What does it mean for us? And for you and your homeowner's insurance policy or your renter's insurance policy. You know, one of the reasons we like to have these presentations with the City of Mount Dora in the library system is because of complacency. We always have complacency after storms. You know, 2017 is pretty near. We remember the storms of 17. So our complacency levels are probably not as high or as low, whichever way you want to phrase it, as they were, say, in 2013 or 14 when we were 8, 9 years, 10 years past the storms of 2004, 2005. So this is a study that was done in, I think, 2014 of coastal residents. And you can see that 53% of coastal residents did not feel vulnerable to a hurricane or related tornadoes or flooding from the hurricane. It's a lot of people. That's half of us. 52% of those that responded have no family disaster plan. This is what really kind of gets with the emergency management people, because they're trying to have people to have emergency management plans and disaster plans. 61% have no hurricane survival kit. So that's no food, no water, no medicines. Interesting statistics. And 88% of those respondents said they have not taken any steps to make their home stronger. Complacency. So what does all that mean for us when we start talking about insurance? Well, and what do insurance companies do? Well, here's what insurance companies do. Some of them have their catastrophe plan. They have emergency response vehicles. They're active and involved in the communities that are hardest hit for their insureds. Others set up teams of adjusters, and those teams of adjusters are assigned to strategic locations throughout the damaged areas and damaged regions. Others simply pack up and leave town. What does your insurance company do? You can find out more by going to ambest.com, Demotech.com. You can go to Citizens Property Insurance Company. You can also go to Florida Department of Financial Services, or simply pick up the phone and call your local agent. What else can we think about with insurance companies? Well, the biggest thing with insurance companies is we have a thing that we call, our slogan is called in the box. And I'll explain that to you in the next slide what that means. But when a storm is in the box, we cannot write any new coverage. We cannot make any endorsement changes to the policy. We can't add coverage. We can't delete coverage. So basically, you have what you have at that point in time. After a storm has passed, we normally cannot write any new coverage or make any amendments or adjustments for 72 hours after the storm has left the box. What is the box? Well, the box, as you can see right here, you see a big box that goes all the way down into the Caribbean. That's when we start looking at storms and saying, well, we can't do certain things like add coverage. When it gets within the center box here, which goes, just south of Cuba up through the Bahamas, that smaller box, well, we cannot write any new coverage, we cannot add coverages, increase limits, or anything like that. So if you're buying a house and a storm is within this box, you will not get coverage. So most likely your mortgage company will postpone the closing. Okay? So what's new in insurance? One of the things that is most recent is a calendar year cumulative hurricane deductible. It's not a per storm deductible anymore, it's a calendar year cumulative deductible. So if we have multiple storms during the year, you want to keep good records of minor damages that happen during those storms, so that if you have a major claim, that you can let your insurance company know about all the minor damages as well, so that you can reduce that deductible amount by including all damages, not the damage just from the current storm. Secondly, screen enclosures. This is really important. Some homeowners insurance carriers do not cover screen enclosures at all. Others will cover the screen enclosure at an extra charge. Some carriers, even though you may pay an extra charge to cover the screen enclosure, do not cover the screen. So please check your policy with your agent and find out how your screen enclosures are covered if you have screen enclosures. So what does all this mean? Basically, it just means be prepared. Look at your insurance policies, pull them out. Your homeowner's policy, your renter's policy if you're a renter, If you live in a condominium, pull out your condominium associate, your condo policy. Also talk to your condominium association about their policies. Is your mortgage correct? What are my limits? What are my deductibles? And please don't wait until the storm is nearby to try to make changes. Do this early in the season. Do this early so that you can make sure all your policies are correct. The biggest thing we want people to look at is how much insurance are they carrying. Building costs typically escalate after hurricanes because of lack of raw material, lack of lumber, lack of concrete, because so many people are trying to rebuild and do everything at one time. So please, make sure you have enough insurance. How can you find out if you have enough? Have your agent do a replacement cost estimator for you. Or you can contact a local builder or a local home inspector or a real estate appraiser. They can do inspections for you and provide you with appropriate replacement cost values. There is no such thing as guaranteed replacement cost. Replacement cost is the value that you have on your policy, no more, no less. Create an inventory. Videotape what's inside your house. Photos, a written list. Store it in a fireproof safe. Take it to the safety deposit box at your bank. Consider coverages, known as endorsements, extra coverage, if you will, for things like jewelry, art, firearms, other expensive items. Computers fall into there as well. Consider buying flood insurance, especially if you live on, around, or near the lakes here, or anywhere it's susceptible to flooding. Because wind-driven water in storm surge is not covered by the homeowner's policy. That's a flood insurance policy. So you live on the windward side of Lake Dora, and a hurricane comes through and it pushes the water in Lake Dora up into your property, into your house. That's not going to be covered by your homeowner's insurance policy. That's a flood insurance policy. Personal preparation, routine home maintenance. Simply just go around and inspect your roof and flashing every year as needed. Trim back branches away from your buildings. Secure double entry doors from top to bottom. Inspect and replace caulking around openings. And also inspect for flying debris in your yard. And in your planning process, where will you go if you have to evacuate? What will you do with your pets? Prescription medications. Special needs for diabetics, people on oxygen, and infants. My son's an asthmatic, so we have special concerns there, making sure that he has enough medication. Survival kits. Did you make one up last year? If so, have you checked your batteries, see if they're still good? Are they current? What do you have in your survival kit? Do you have food? Do you have water? Do you have your medications in there? You can go to our agency website at www.hillcrestinsurance.com. There's some good planning resources on there. I know it says you can pick up a CD, but we're being recorded, so we don't have CDs available. But you call our office, we'll be more than happy to send you information. Other useful resources, our agency website. You can also go to knowyourstuff.org. That's a great home inventory software program. AM Best and Demotech, as I mentioned earlier. Florida Department of Financial Services has a lot of great consumer information on there, a lot of great documents, if you will, PDF documents, Word documents that will help you understand about insurance. MySafeFloridaHomes.com, that will give you information on wind mitigation. Wind mitigation is you doing certain things to prepare your house for windstorms to make your home stronger. And your insurance company has to provide you with discounts for those different items that you do. For example, storm shutters. Do you have clips holding your trusses down, or do you have straps, or are they toe-nailed? All those different things can add up to discounts in your homeowner's insurance policy. National Hurricane Center, American Red Cross, Hurricane Information Center, and then your local news channels such as Channel 9, Channel 2, Channel 6 would all be great sources for hurricane and disaster information. I know we don't have any questions right now, but for more information, you can always go to our website, hillcrestinsurance.com. We're local. We're on US Highway 441 next to Charlie Johnson's Big Pencil. And feel free to give us a call and or email Kevin, our agency owner, and we'll be more than happy to send you out information. Thank you very much.